Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom healing oracle. And it's a Monday. I spent yesterday getting ready for my accountant for taxes. And for me, that meant throughout the day as I was finishing up, clearing a lot of the energy around finances that has not been real productive in my life. A lot of fear energy, a lot of procrastination energy, which really comes from fear too. And this has been something I have been working on. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Melanie. Good morning, Gabrielle. And so I was actively doing some clearing exercises every once in a while through the process of gathering the certain papers. And last night, right before I went to bed, I pulled a card, an oracle card, just for some inspiration to sleep on. And the one thing, good morning, Deb, it was about was a breaching. It was an energy card, and it showed this beautiful whale breaching the water, leaving behind the water. And that was what this card was about. It was leaving behind this energy that absolutely no longer serves me. I'm not sure it ever did. I'm guessing it did in some ways because I did choose it and brought it in with me. It is an energy that's been with me my entire life. Certainly was fueled by family situation and family thought patterns. So the really wonderful side of all of this is when we clear things from ourselves, we also have the option, if we know they are generational, to clear them from other generations that have helped fuel this and create this within ourselves. So a wonderful new week we're starting here. I've got a lot of fun stuff coming this week. I get to go to first thing this morning do an assessment in a small town about an hour from here that is a beautiful drive, and then I go all the way back to Boise and do some other stuff. But at the end of this week is my paint and sip and spirit retreats, and I am so excited about those. I've got some amazing things planned, and I'm working out the food and just asking Creator to really give us a lot of fuel to come away with so that we feel relaxed, regenerated, and we're standing in our power as we leave to come back to everyday life so that we have more tools and we are more effective in the everyday that we're doing. So let's see which cards the universe sent out for us today. I'm going to pull one more from the Wisdom Guided Oracle. And I wasn't exactly running late, seeing as how I got up before 4 this morning. But I managed to stuff enough in that at the last minute I've been turning off my phone every time now and restarting it before I ever try to come on because I just kept freezing up every time. So all of a sudden it's like, needed to draw the cards, needed to get going. So I invite you to take a big, deep breath with me, relax into this message, and see where it's going to take us for the first few days of our week. This healing room oracle says, align with your true inner self and ask for guidance. And that certainly goes with the leaving behind of things that no longer serve us. And if you really get within yourself, when I say, what do you need to leave behind? You know exactly what I'm talking about. It is something you have battled with and ruminated over and suffered from for a long time. And truly, it is likely something that you're going to work on over and over because it's one of the longest relationships you and your inner self have worked on, and rarely has it been in the positive. It's been a negatively focused relationship, and it's caused you to be limited in certain areas of your life. So ask for the guidance of what the truth is in that. Because here's what happens. We have a theme. We have something that we're wanting to be rid of, that we're wanting to be loosed from. And we have an idea of it's this certain thing. But the truth is, it's very, much of the time, it's a very different overall theme, and it started very, very young within us. And so we have to look at that and ask for that inner guidance to get us to the real perfect phrase for that thing that is standing in our way. And the reason I say that is because when it's formed very young within us, the thoughts, the words we would use as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old are different much of the time than those we would use as an adult to describe it. So you really want to get down to what it is that you know stands in your way, and then think about it, if you can, from a 2, 3, or 4-year-old or whenever it started. And if you can't, again, ask for some insights to that, to what it is that you are truly battling against, so then you have the ability to start pulling the layers of that. I call that the pages of our story away, and get down to that theme and get rid of it. And the second thing is, nope, I guess I didn't end up changing the screen. No, I didn't. Sorry, I actually tried and then went back and did something else and lost that. What that said was protect yourself. You want to keep yourself in a bubble of cobalt blue light as you go into this day. Does not matter what kind of work you're doing, what kind of self-care you're doing, whatever that looks like, you always want to protect your own energy. There's no upside to going into the world wildly open, so that, because most of you watching these videos are empaths. Good morning, Helene. And you want to be able to feel that energy because that acts as a guide for us, but you do not want to be absorbing it. There's no upside to trying to work through your own stuff while you're trying to deal with the energy of others. You can feel it, know how to help them, but not have to be suffering under the consequences of allowing their energy to enter your space. And as you move forward in your everyday and with this message of trying to find your true inner self, the true inner things that are guiding you, we're all looking towards that which is going to bring us the most peace, the most comfort, help us step more fully into that person we know we are deep down, when we know there's more to our life than what we're living. And Archangel Mary, the Blessed Mother, is helping you with your divine life purpose. So the more you remove the layers of things that are standing in your way, the more you can feel more confident, excuse me, in stepping into that life purpose, because you're no longer spending nearly as much time absorbed in the beating yourself up or the believing of who you are not, instead of the trust and the understanding of who you truly are in this life and how that can play out on a daily basis and what that means moving forward for those around you. Good morning, Bert. And what it is you are meant to be doing more of in this life. Good morning, Elaine. So the last card is the Wisdom Oracle, and this card says Thinker. And truly today, you really want to, good morning, Spencer, pay attention. Oh, thank you, Deb. I'm glad they're speaking to you. You want to pay attention to your thoughts, to that background tape that's going on. And so much of the time, we really aren't aware of that. And until you really ask for guidance, ask for the awareness to listen to what you're saying to yourself and listen to how you're beating yourself up and defeating yourself and falling into victimhood in this life. There's no upside in being a victim. It's powerlessness. And it's hard to stand in your power and purpose when you are constantly fueling that victim or martyr aspect of who you are. And one of the things I have to rid from me is the rigidity I have about that very thing, about victimhood, because I very much have lived in victimhood in that finance area of my life. And so, constantly feeling like I need someone to rescue me. I need the big thing to happen. I'm just not really all that great with it. All of that is a victim mentality. It doesn't serve me in any way. And when I can clue into the underlying thoughts in the back of my mind and realize how much fear that's produced and how much fear is fueling those thought patterns, then I can take charge of that thinking mechanism and say cancel, cancel to those thought patterns that are not serving me, that are really just standing in my way, and start choosing to form the positive present tense of the thought pattern I want. So what does that mean? The universe and your subconscious do not hear the words not. So it could look something like this. I'm not gonna fight with that person anymore. Well, what your subconscious hears is, I'm gonna fight with that person. What you want to say instead is, I'm going to choose to disengage when that person tries to trigger me and engage in a fight. All of that is the positive tense, and it's present. I choose to disengage from that person when they want to fight with me. And that allows universe to really step in and help you take charge of your thought patterns. Being a victim does not serve you. Being a martyr does not serve you. Stand in your power. Ask for the guidance on what that looks like in your life. And what you'll see first is all the areas will start showing themselves to you where you are not standing in your power. And it can simply then be, when you see that, say, I choose to stand in my power here. I am canceling the victimhood mentality. I choose to stand in my power. And things start shifting and things start changing for you. So what are you choosing in life? How are you letting that play out? And how are you choosing to move forward? Let's see what the Light Your Day card has for us today. Here we go. The light flowing to you today is soft, velvety green. This light represents freedom from resistance and the beautiful gifts that lie within this freedom. Every self-defeating, hi Mickey, thought we have and every bit of victimhood we stand in is a form of resistance. We're resisting our amazing divine magnificence as a neuron in the mind of the universe, meaning we are part of the Godhead that we view as apart from us. We are actually part of that whole divine system. And that is an empowering thought. So choose that today and stop resisting your magnificence. As this light encircles itself around you today, you'll find it easier to let go of some of the things you've been pushing for and trying to make happen. Go with the flow and just float along with life today and quit trying to swim upstream. This is the key to success. Just float along and allow gifts to come to you today. So stop playing the resistance card. Ask your higher power what that actually means for you. That's the fun of prayer. That's the point of prayer, is allowing your guides, your angels, your companions to step in and start making you aware of all the power you have, all the tools you can employ to move forward on a daily basis towards your highest and best good. That is truly my desire in every broadcast I do, every person I talk to, and every interaction I have, is helping people to move forward towards their highest and best. And so playing small doesn't serve anyone. Playing the victim absolutely doesn't serve anyone. That just disempowers you. And allowing yourself to believe that you're a puppet here, powerless and unable to change anything that's going on with yourself, is a very resistive type of thinking, and it absolutely keeps you in a victim, powerless, martyr mentality. So if you don't know whether you are, ask. Ask your higher power to show you what those mean, how that plays out. And remember, you're creating this life, you're bringing to yourself the very things you need to move forward with. So when you're in difficult times, ask, what did I choose this for? What did I want to learn from this? So that you can move forward more quickly from that, get back to a place of greater peace and inner ease, and forward into the next choice you made to grow. And just know that the difficult times are periods of growth. Hey, I did want to bring this up. Many of you may not know that the Humboldt Canadian junior hockey team had a terrible bus wreck, and 15 of those on the hockey team, many of them youngsters, were killed. And there are 14 injured out of 30 of them. So some horrific pain happening to those parents and those family members in Canada. The empath in me often makes it hard to talk about these things because I can feel that pain. Please send love and joy and comfort energy to those families grieving. These kids came from a small town. This whole family is, this town family is in pain. Please send them your love and healing. That's the kind of painful situation that I honestly don't understand how we recover from, and hope that I never have to know that in this life. I think maybe in another life I did get that as a learning opportunity, because I feel that very, very strongly, and I'm sure lots of you mothers do. So, and oh, by the way, if you ever want someone to cry with, get a hold of me. I am so good at that. But if you need someone to be strong and not cry, I'm not the one for it. So, also, I did want to say, this coming weekend is my Paint and Sip Retreats, Paint, Sip, and Spirit. I am so excited. And I do have a couple spots left on Sunday, Monday. So I am so excited and would love to offer any of you who could join me to let me know. Let's get this going so we can get you in a space of greater comfort, inner comfort, peace, and power to move into your next phase in life. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side. Thank you so much for joining me today. Love, light, and comfort to you all.